All right, so we're here with an updated Blue Eyes deck profile. Let me see that, bruh.
All right.
Let me see that.
So pretty much I wanted to build a going second Blue Eyes deck. So it's pretty much centered around going second, just dealing with whatever people put on the board. So you're going to start out with 3 stages. It's pretty standard. They're going to search your eggs. So you're going to want to play a lot more of the legend because you're going to be searching out the Blue Eyes. This doesn't really come up as often because the end phase is not going to be summonable. So that's just something you're going to want to keep up in mind later on.
Chill out.
3 of the bricks, but they're good. They're good bricks. And then 2 alternative. You brick a lot with this, so I wanted to play only 2 of it instead. It seemed to be a lot more consistent. It felt like the better option. You can search this so easily throughout the deck, so you don't need any more than 2 of it.
Straight up.
And then your Chaos Dragons, these pretty much just allow you to get a little bit more advantage on the board. Level 8s, get through a lot more stuff.
Just beautiful.
And then we're going to be playing one of each of my favorite dangers. I considered playing the snake, but I just felt like the extra summon wasn't really necessary. These all get something when they're discarded, and a lot of the time I didn't really need that extra summon off the discard. I needed to search for something else, or I would just discard Jackalope. It does the same thing. So then the other monsters that we play other than the dangers. So I play 2 alpha. It's just a free level 8. You can always summon it. You got to be careful. You can get a lot of damage out on the board very easily, blocking yourself out of summoning this. But this is so good dealing with the board prior, discarding it later, or you can even use the Levianeer to summon it back from grave, bounce it back to your hand after they've like impermed it or something and get its effect to go off, things like that. Play it safer because I'm going to summon this off of the LP. It's super good. So that's pretty much all the main monsters that do things in the deck.
What's your card count?
It's 45 total. I don't know how many monsters and spells there are.
Right.
But
hey, look, just whatever number you get.
yeah. So I play 1 Effect Veiler. You can search this off of the Sage. Eyes of Blue is very good to be able to utilize this whenever it is an option later in the game state or earlier in the game state. Sometimes you just can't get what you need to go off, and you can hide behind Effect Veiler and Ash very easily. And so I wanted to draw even more though in this deck, so I decided I would play 3 Phantasme as well. So pretty much 7 hand traps to line that out.
That's terrible.
So those are all the other monsters that don't really do much.
Yeah.
And sometimes I would even tribute summon Phantasme because that would come up.
You're terrible.
3 search cards.
There we go.
So this pretty much allows you to go into you just main Blue Eyes plays. You discard dangers with this. It allows you to get out of Vanity's Ruler if you have a Bigfoot in your hand, just random stuff like that. You really want to be able to discard your cards in this deck to get extra free advantage, and this is pretty much the prime reason why.
Okay.
So I play 5 extender cards to allow me to get additional summons. Pretty much the same idea with the dangers. These allow me to go into Guard Dragon plays. These allow me to repair my game if someone was to hand trap me, things like that. Or I can suck up the Ash with this and then go on to my plays later. These are just really good power cards to get additional summons on board.
Right. Super extenders.
So the power cards, these are the cards that allow me to win games unexpectedly. I really can't say that I've ever wanted to cut any of these out of the deck except for the Regeki sometimes. And that's just because sometimes they have really niche protection in random decks. But all these cards do pretty much what they're meant to do in the power slot. They allow me to just break boards that I normally would have troubles with.
Right.
Just free games if I see any of these cards.
Chill out with them tactics, bro. You're doing too much.
And then I don't like to really say this is Dragoon Turbo, but this is pretty much Dragoon Turbo if I ever known Dragoon Turbo.
Yeah.
This deck is so good at getting hand trapped and then saying, we'll just go Verte instead.
Yeah.
So I just, it works out, so I'm going to play it.
That's terrible.
All right, so
Let's
the
see
extra
this
deck.
extra deck. Yeah.
I had a lot of trouble putting this together. I took out Draglubion because I just didn't really like the idea of going into Draglubion, getting stuck, and not being able to like further extend into Verte and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought I'd try to play it with just some old stuff. But Link Rebo, Link Ones, LP, and Pisty, these pretty much just get everything started for you and guard dragon shenanigans.
Right.
Then the Link 2s. So these pretty much allow you to further extend the game past just having an egg, things like that. If you can get a egg and a danger to get on field, you can access the Halky 5 racks and further extend plays, things like that.
Straight up.
I play one Link 3. I felt like this is really good in the control matchup. If I can get this to stick to the board, usually they're not going to be able to touch my monster unless they have really weird interactions. But if they have Ice Dragon's Prison, this is a warrior, so I can just dodge a lot of just random stuff like that.
That's a fact.
We play Guard Dragons just to go into Saryuja, just because a lot of the time, all I need to do is fix the hand and we can continue playing.
Facts.
I play a Dengirzu for the utility. Hope Harbinger, this is just one of the best 8s out there, XZ8s. And then sometimes I will top them with the Zeus.
Hey.
So pretty much the Zeus allows me to get out of a lot of random stuff and establish a board if I have to go into a weaker Dengirzu play, things like that. And I just like the value that it would offer.
Makes sense.
And so these are just some random cards.
Brawling makes sense.
I don't really have to explain any of these,
Yeah.
except that this card is still good, and people forget that
Bro, that card
this
is
can
broken.
attack 2 monsters,
It's broken.
and it's not leaving the field.
Bro, it can't
pretty
be killed by
much.
battle. And
Yeah,
then
it can't be killed by battle. And everybody knows what this card
Yeah,
does. It
that's
tags out
weird.
into this.
Right.
This will allow you to keep on reviving those normal summons from grave.
terrible.
And then the Verte and the Dragon.
There it is. Yes, sir.
I wanted to say these best for last just because there's a lot of games where people just seen that I was playing Blue Eyes and wanted to hit the melody. But as soon as I would get stopped on my melody, I would just go into Verte Anaconda and hit them with a Dragoon and just end their life just in one play.
You know what's worse than getting hit with a Dragoons, bro? Getting hit with a Dragoons after ashing. It is
man.
the worst.
No one ever wants to let my melody go through, so they'll always ash it, and that's when the Red Eyes Fusion comes up. Because I haven't put anything out on the board. All I have to do is just summon Dragoon and snap the board away and attack for damage.
And that's it.
That's it.
Derrick, appreciate it, bro.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Yes,
It's
sir.
the man.
I'm always happy to bring out the Blue Eyes, man.
The Blue Eyes guy. We'll take it. Yes, sir.